Okay, guys, so we're back with some more Chaos Zero Nightmare. This is very, very important. We have a huge improvement update notice that's going to be coming for the Galactic Disaster. And I gotta say, man, kudos to this development team for responding so quick. It's been about, what, a little over 24 hours since the update's been live, and they already have a whole bunch of things that they're addressing, which is absolutely insane because I feel like a lot of development teams act like they don't see or hear what the community is saying. And they basically are responding already. So they go to say, hello, this is the Chaos Zero Nightmare development team. We're currently preparing an urgent patch to quickly address the gameplay inconveniences and balance issues occurring throughout the Galaxy Disaster content after the last update. Detailed patch notes and maintenance schedule will be provided in a separate notice. Now, they go to also talk about what their core goal is. They just want us to be able to enjoy the game. But they did identify that there were several issues that we were having that was affecting that level of enjoyment. And they did not want any of these things to negatively impact the season. So with that, they're going to be pushing these things. So the first thing is certain seasonal content feels too weak or lacks versatility. This patch will include buffs to underperforming seasonal items and cards, along with improvements to encourage more diverse deck building options. Now, that's one of the things I will say I'm with. That means that we could be seeing some indirect buffing to like characters like Yuki and just most characters in general that's equipping these things, because that, number one, is just going to make them obviously perform better or do their gimmicks better or just be stronger. So I'm hoping that we see some like really solid like improvements for some of the draw setups and of course some of the damage that comes along with that. I think that that would actually be pretty cool. Even though personally I'm hitting some like pretty nasty numbers right now with Yuki, I'm not going to say no to more, right? Now they go to say number two, reduced Epiphany acquisition due to the introduction of the dimensional tunnel. A lot of people may not have realized this, but this does and did affect our Epiphany occurrences. So it says the introduction of the dimensional tunnel has reduced the overall number of Epiphany rewards in unidentified areas, resulting in lower total Epiphany gained compared to previous gameplay experience. In this patch, we'll improve unidentified area rewards and add bonus Epiphany opportunities in the dimensional tunnel rewards. I think that that's actually a great idea because that's going to make it to where we actually now are going to be able to get those epiphanies rolled out. And that was like you guys are going to see my video that I have coming for Yuki. That's one of the things I actually talked about, is that the one thing that it's not that Yuki sucks, it's that it's hard to get a build going. So units just naturally are going to feel worse in chaos because you can't get the epiphanies that you need so that you can actually get the build going. So granted, I don't mind a little RNG, but I mean, if epiphanies ain't gonna happen at all, that just feels bad, right? Now it goes to say with number three, season difficulty is lower than the existing in-game content, diminishing the challenge. We will unlock immediately the 3 higher difficulty levels that were scheduled for the future update. These difficulties will feature enhanced boss patterns and increased challenge. Again, hey, if you guys want smoke, I mean, and they want to give it to us, there it is. Like, there it is, dude. Like, they said, yeah, y'all want to complain? Here you go. I hope nobody complains. Nobody better complain about this content getting like super hard out of nowhere, right? Like, you guys are asking for it. So they say, here you go. Now, zero system upgrade effects not applying to the season chaos. Now, it says the zero system upgrades provide significant advantages for chaos gameplay. However, season zero or chaos doesn't currently benefit from these upgrade effects, resulting in a loss of various stat effects, entry bonuses, and options. Now, this is, I think, really important too, because like, yeah, I do like the effects that I'm getting from that, the stats that I get, which definitely are going to help, right? Also, that probably is another difference I don't think some of us were considering, is that you do get a good chunk of stats that are actually applicable to zero system that you're not getting in the chaos mode, right? Or the season chaos. So yeah, that's a huge thing that you're not getting. And then also on top of that, if there's any way that these upgrade effects can affect drop chance or drop quantity, I should say, of certain things, that would be cool. As well as like one thing I fell in love with was when you go to the DeLong shop and you're able to reduce or you're able to get those 5 free rerolls. Yeah, let us use that because we put the time in to get that maxed out, at least especially for those of us that have or people working up to that. That would be great, right? So they go to say this creates a noticeable negative experience for protos. So this urgent patch will apply the Zero system upgrade effects to both Season Zero or Season Chaos and Chaos Manifestation. Additionally, Season Chaos will now drop Chaos Orbs. That is amazing. This is actually clutch, because that means that now when we go back to off season, we can actually have currency to not have to dabble into our units, which is great. Now it says gameplay on number 5, becoming too centered around season chaos, reducing content variety. It says when seasonal content is only added to specific areas, it is difficult to surpass the total volume, diversity, and build up an experience offered by existing content. Therefore, the next update will integrate core seasonal features into the codex. This will allow you a chance to experience key seasonal mechanics through the codex, expanding content variety so all pros can continue to enjoy regular Zero system gameplay alongside seasonal content. So this basically just means that like once you're done with the Zero system, you can go, or the seasonal content, you can go and do your Zero system, but we're now going to have access to the seasonal stuff in the codex so that we can actually do different things over there too. So that's going to give us a really, really interesting like kind of outlook on where some of these builds can go, some of the runs, etc. Like there's going to be a lot that kind of shifts with that in the next 24 to 48 hours, whenever they end up implementing this. But it says in the long term, we plan to improve seasonal content so that it can integrate more naturally across the entire game. And then they say number 6, chaos fatigue issue. This area of our development team is most committed to improving. We're reviewing numerous adjustments such as early game boosts, enhanced chaos rewards, and lowering the difficulty of save data setup to ensure that your playtime is filled with enjoyable moments. While this will not be reflected in the urgent patch, we will reveal and implement meaningful improvements in the next update. We'll continue preparing additional improvements based on the feedback we receive from our protos. We also plan to share our overall roadmap for Chaos Zero Nightmare in the near future. Guys, this right here is all I've been asking for. I don't know why. And again, I don't care what bias you guys have against against Smilegate. They, as a development team, whatever team they got working on this game, they are cooking. And the craziest thing is that it's like, this is the mindset that all development teams need to have. They're literally saying here at the bottom, hey, this is what we're kind of thinking of. Even though we're not going to bring you this stuff right now, it is going to come in a future update. And we want to make sure we're planning it out so it's more meaningful when we present it to you guys. And we're also going to reveal our roadmap to you guys in the near future. So like, this is just so hype. And now I also think that the reason why they're doing this roadmap as well is because this is like a indirect way to kind of like address some of a lot of the leaking, really, right? Like I think that that's really why they're doing this. So they're giving us a roadmap of things to expect. They're again looking at catering to the fact that people, yes, want to know things early, which I think is perfectly fine. But this does, of course, again, reiterating, this means a lot of things are subject to change. So if you did see stuff, hey, might as well throw that out your brain, because a lot of this stuff, like I said, they're just doing a really excellent job at addressing a lot of the issues that we have. I know there's a ton of things people are going to complain, but I mean, guys, come on. We got to give them credit where it's due, because like I said, this is like super fast for them to be addressing something already within the season that people are already saying, hey, we don't like. This just, to me, seems promising for the long term, that they're really going to be trying to take what players say seriously. And this is definitely why, like, hey, go tell your friends to come play Chaos Zero Nightmare. Go tell your mom and dad, go play Chaos Zero Nightmare, right? Like, I feel like they really are trying to make this game last long, especially for it to be a gacha. These are the things that you have to do. Like, if people are going to be putting money into your game, you got to treat them like they are worth something. And I kind of feel like that for sure. So I definitely feel like they are listening. They are trying. So, hey, I'm super hyped. But let me know how you guys feel, man. That's basically going to be that with this one. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next Chaos Zero Nightmare video.